Hey everybody, this is Kirk Barbera with Real Elite and your business book tip of the day, which is going to come from What Everybody Is Saying, an ex-FBI's agent's guide to speed reading people by Joe Navarro. So it's about reading body language. Really interesting book, very practical. This is not something theoretical. This is like how FBI agent actually did this for 25 years, very successfully, solved a lot of murders, a lot of terrorist cases. He's a very, one of the more successful people, and he's applying, of FBI agents, and he's applying this not just to the FBI, not just to, whatever it is that's going on in the police world and interrogation, but in negotiations in business and dealing with relationships and in a dating situation. Understanding body language is helpful to know when someone is uncomfortable for whatever reason, or when they're very comfortable, or, those are important little things to have. And to understand the philosophy behind body language or the psychology behind it. So you understand where a person's coming from and how you can think about that for, maybe you're doing something that's, not good. If you see someone going like this a lot, if you see someone going like this a lot, that's telling you something. I've noticed a lot of people in talking to them are very oblivious to those kinds of signs. That a person is saying like, stop, I don't like this conversation, or you're boring me, or I want to leave, but I don't want to be a jerk. So anyway, very helpful. This very simple tactic, this is a tactic you can use, and it's a power tactic. So let's say you're trying to negotiate with someone or get something, your way, and you're the boss of this group and you're having someone question you or something. This is a very simple power tactic you can use. And it's violation of space and eye gaze behavior. So this is, people have a bubble that they like to be around. If you really want to emphasize, a point you're making and showcase, there are reasons I think to do this. If you're in a sales situation, or if you're trying to close a deal, or if you're trying to, persuade someone to do something quickly. People respond to authority. So if you step into their bubble, they're here, and you get a little closer, and using the challenge is not being threatening and like I'm going to kill you or attack you, but just subtly, getting within their bubble a little bit, leaning a little bit closer. Maybe using eye gazing where you're looking at them, you're not like breaking eye contact. You're saying, so how do you say, does that work for you today? And then stepping a little closer or something. And that type of tactic can be very powerful in getting a conclusion, getting something done or decided on right away. There's actually a funny clip from The Office where, if you've watched that show, I'll try to find a link and put it in the comments below, but there's a funny clip where Dwight is trying to sell Andy, and Dwight's this weird office guy. And he's trying to sell Andy, who's this, this very weak-willed individual. And Dwight is trying to sell him on, Dwight is trying to buy Andy's car for a very low price, lower than what Andy is selling it for. And so Dwight does this technique where he walks into Andy's bubble, he stares at him, he's like, sell it to me now, 3 seconds, I'm going to walk away, 1, 2, 3, do it now, sell it. And he gets closer, and it's this really weird thing, but it's this power tactic of getting into someone's bubble, and, it is a pressure tactic, and, it can be used manipulatively, but it also could be used if you do it subtly. It could be used just to get that, decision now. A lot of people just tend to put off decisions. And, if you're the person in charge and you need a decision now, just try this tactic, step in, eye gaze, ask, step out, give them their space so that it's kind of a climax type of a thing. So that is a power tactic from What Everybody is Saying. What are your thoughts on that? Would you ever use something like that to make someone make a decision? Have you ever been in a situation where someone never seems to decide something? Have a good day. My name is Kirk with Real Elite.